Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Angie. It is time to get into part one of this Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Now, look, I said this at the end of my last live. It's not giving me the second best reunion of all time yet. But I was highly entertained. Look, I don't know what it is about the season is extreme. Like, oh Jesus, it was a task to watch and review this past season of Real Housewives of Potomac. That's just the truth. But part one of this reunion, I was entertained. Hey Eric, I was entertained. I was like, okay, the ladies are giving. Giselle is still being a bitch. Thank you, Vontae. I need a fill-in. I need a fill-in badly, but you can't tell that from the camera. But Giselle was still being a bitch. Um the new girls were still being hazed. Wendy, I appreciated Wendy, but I will appreciate Wendy a lot more when she clocks everybody. Like you just now clocked Karen, Wendy, but you ain't clocked Giselle, you ain't clocked Ashley, you have not clocked Mia yet. I need Wendy to understand none of these hoes are your friends. None of them. None of them. Not a single one of them. And I have a feeling, because we know what Wendy gonna do at the end of this to Stacy. I have a feeling that's going to aggravate me because you should have befriended Stacy instead of trying to put her on blast because all the other girls want to hate Stacy as well. Wendy don't ever learn, but we gonna get there. Let's get into the reunion, y'all. Let's get into it. Um, excuse me, I still have a cough. I only got one cough drop left upstairs. The rest of them are on my kitchen counter, so I gotta preserve that one until I start coughing real bad. I feel like I'm gonna be extra shady, so I'm probably gonna get to coughing. The first thing I noticed, I want to rearrange my fashion order after I seen everybody sitting in these dresses. And what I say, it might shock, it's going to shock myself. I can't believe I'm about to say what I'm getting ready to say. But sitting in the dresses, Giselle looked the best. Whew, I can't believe that came out of my mouth. Somebody check my fever. Have mercy. I ain't got the flu no more. I have never seen so much squished titties in my life. Like, I felt like y'all ladies could not breathe. I felt like at any moment we were going to see KK's nipples. Them titties was pushed so high and was struggling so hard to stay in them dresses. Wendy, the titties looked lopsided. One of them was over here pushed all the way up, looked like it wanted to fly free. And the other one was suffocated by that long piece of cardboard triangle that you just always have to have a piece of cardboard triangle on your dress. I don't know why. But Wendy, the titties looked a mess in your dress. Stacy looked good. I'm sure Mia had them titties glued down because she ain't had nothing but a little piece of pasty covering hers. Ashley just looked a complete mess to me. Oh, but and she couldn't walk in them shoes. At any moment, Ashley was getting ready to topple over. Couldn't nobody sit down. The only person that looked comfortable was Giselle. Like, she was the only person that looked like she could actually sit, turn, talk. I don't know, but y'all ladies be trying. Next time, design a dress that can be sat in. Because, like, y'all looked beautiful in them pictures standing up, but like when y'all sat at the reunion, all I felt like was at any moment we're gonna get a nip slip and you all look like y'all can't breathe. But let's get into it. The elephant in the room is Karen is not there. Production at the beginning of this, let me get to my notes. Production at the beginning of this has a meeting at Karen's house where she's crying, and that's why I said say them tears for the judge, because we don't care. We don't care, Karen. And I love the grand dame. Damn. She is probably, I think, outside of Kandi. I have supported Kandi. But out of all these housewives, she's the only one who I actually went out and bought that damn perfume and the damn candle. And it smelled good. But Karen, you got to say them tears for the judge. We don't care. You spent all season talking about your day in court. You're going to be vindicated. You made it seem like you wasn't even at the tree. You made it seem like you drove home safely and you don't know what these people was talking about when they arrested you. We all saw the videos. Bravo. I can see why you ain't show up. Your skin not thick enough to handle how they showed every clip, stumbling out the car. I'm lit. Andy Cohen made me the grand dame, and like they got you in the house crying. You sorry. You take full accountability now. You ain't took a lick accountability all season. Matter of fact, I just said it. You made it seem like you wasn't even at a tree. You ain't never seen a tree. But now that the video footage came out, I don't know. Did the check not clear? Did you bounce a check to these? Because I don't understand. I just, for the life of me, can't understand why a person with any kind of common sense would take this to trial and let those videos ever see the light of day. Even if they would have said, Karen, you got to do 6 months in jail if you want these. I would have sat in that cell for 6 months. I would have never let them videos see the light of day. You have a forever read. You can never come back to this show. If you come back to this show, hey, Dr. Ivy girl, if you ever come back to this show, Karen, you can't say shit, because all we gonna do is call you a concubine. We gonna start talking about what Thomas Jefferson do, not the Constitution, but the damn, I ain't no history teacher, but y'all know what the hell he was over there signing. What was it called? Not the damn Constitution. The letter of independence. Y'all know what I'm talking. You just have forever read. They're gonna forever read you, Karen. Anyway, she cried. She worried about her children. I don't even care about myself. I take full accountability. I'm just so worried about my children. These are grown ass adults that you could have easily called at any moment to come pick your ass up before you started drinking and driving. So you weren't worried about them children. Karen, you're 60 plus years old. 60 plus years old. To me, you have no excuse. You have no excuse. You have lived, you have learned, and then you want to end the video. Please, fans, young people, you all look up to me. Do as I say and not as I do. We know not to do what the hell you do. We don't want to go to jail. And then at the end of it, you say, but I'm not an alcoholic. So what your ass doing sitting up in the rehab? I thought that was step one, is acknowledging that you have the problem. I ain't never been to the rehab, so I don't know the steps, but I could have swore the first step was acknowledging the problem, and you still on camera talking about I ain't no alcoholic. I just like to take my antidepressants and drink at the same time. That sounds like an alcoholic to me. Jesus. But at least Karen getting some help. What I say in my notes? Ashley now pulls out a picture of Karen, and Giselle tried to give the picture first chair, and Ashley got mad. She's like, that's my picture. It's going to stay right here. Girl, let the picture have first chair. Because she did. If Karen was there, she damn sure would have been sitting where Giselle was sitting. Mind you, Thomas Jefferson's concubine was famously his wife's. We all done seen the Sally Hemings story. Yes. Mind you, if you are abusing depression meds along with alcohol, that's considered being an alcoholic because you're not allowed to drink while. Right. That means you don't know how to take your pills with a glass of water. That means you have a problem. I ain't gonna beat Karen up because, like I said, I like her, but she, even in this package, both of them, because we're gonna get to that second package. She still is taking zero accountability. Because now she's gonna say it wasn't the alcohol, she's setting it up for it wasn't the alcohol, it was the antidepressants. And she's gonna say she's on the antidepressants because she's still grieving her parents, which all might be true. But at some point, especially in your 60s, and you're this wise grand dame, at some point, you have to take accountability for this not being your first, but your second DUI. And if you're grieving so much, you know how to go lay on somebody's sofa, Karen. You do. That's the advice you give to everybody else but yourself. I'm not buying it. I'm hoping that within the rehab, even if, because we're gonna get to Wendy calling out Karen for just going to the rehab to reduce her sentence. Even if that's the case, I hope that once you're there, your intent might to be, I'm just gonna go so I can get a lesser sentence and I ain't gotta deal with these hoes at the reunion. I'm just gonna go to the rehab. But I hope that once you got there, that their methods resonate with you and you really do take on the help that is being put before you. That is my true hope for Karen. I don't feel like she is, because she already stated she ain't had no problem. But anyway, we get another package from Karen. This time she don't look disheveled and she ain't crying them tears for the judge. She's letting everyone know, that she checked herself into the rehab because of, the drinking with the pills, and that she wants to take this opportunity to thank the people that have helped her. She wants to thank Giselle. Giselle is really her friend. And see, I knew I was going to get the coughing from Daddy. Let me go on here and pop it. The last cough drop. I guess Giselle baked her some cookies and put a note in there, so she had to thank Giselle. But shit, did you not watch this season back? Giselle was shading the hell out of you in them confessionals. The hell out of you. And Giselle was the main one over there on the Shady podcast with Robin. They was talking hella shit about you. And I don't even like, I can't stand Giselle and Robin. But Twitter done sent me the clips. I done seen the clips of Robin dragging Karen. Wasn't they both on Watch What Happens Live dragging Karen, but you on here thanking Giselle? Whatever, Karen. Birds of a feather sure do fly together. She thanked KK because KK wrote her a nice note. Who else she thanked? She even thanked Candace. Candace ain't even on the show. They was mad once she said Candace's name. They was looking like, that bitch. Shout out to Candace. Candace, you done birthed that baby, that beautiful baby. Come on back to the show. We need somebody to gather Giselle's neck up because Wendy want to be her friend and I don't like it. Come back because we need somebody to snatch up Giselle by that neck of hers, please. But anyway, she conveniently left out Stacy. Well, she mad at Stacy because Stacy put her business in the street on the last episode. We knew she wasn't going to thank Mia and Jacqueline. Mia and Jacqueline, y'all ain't getting nothing. Ashley, don't nobody like Ashley. But the one name we was waiting for was Wendy. Because if nobody fought harder for Karen this past season, it had to be Wendy. And Wendy, this was your opportunity, especially if you had any lick of growth. for you to apologize to Wendy and say, yes, I did say those things, Wendy, but after looking at this past season, you had my back. You were really there for me, and I appreciate you for that. And I'm sorry for attacking you and attacking. Like, this was your opportunity to show some kind of growth, Karen. But no, you was standing on business like, well, shit, I said it, fuck Wendy. I don't like her ass. I ain't thanking her for a damn thing. Karen, I think Karen really did quit. I don't think Karen will have a good time if she come back to the show. They would have to at least fire Mia. I think she can handle Wendy. Because, see, Wendy, you still have not understood that them bitches still don't like you. The only reason you and Giselle even had a sit-down conversation is because production said we tired of these colorist remarks. Make up with Wendy and make up with Wendy now. I guarantee you, a little bit of paycheck I do have, I will bet the whole thing that production is the only reason Giselle gave Wendy any kind of time, 2-hour conversation, effort. And Wendy, you swallowed that shit up, and I need you to understand. If Karen does come back and decides she don't want to fuck with you, she don't want to have nothing to do with you. Matter of fact, it's time to tell Wendy down and show her what's really self-absorbed look like and all that. Giselle is going to be her wing person. And don't let them bring back Robin. Wendy, you just don't, I don't think you understand. But you're going to learn. You're going to learn. Let's move on. Stacey, this is when Wendy pipes up and says she only making these videos and going to rehab to get out of the sentencing. And Eric's like, we all would. We would all do that. I mean, hell, that's the name of the game. I said Karen should have went to rehab at the beginning of this season. She should have never started filming. She should have did at least 60 days in a rehab and then came on the show. But oh no. I think Karen was so drunk she forgot about the damn footage. I really do, because it just don't make sense. Stacey wants to pipe up and say, let's give Karen grace. No. Karen received grace on that first DUI. On your first DUI, we might be like, well, you might have went to a party and thought you could handle it, and you didn't. You hit a tree. You ain't kill nobody. You ain't kill yourself. Go ahead and do this little bit of probation. But this Karen's second DUI, and she's 60-something years old. She's well into the know better, should know better category. She gets no grace. For what? For what? We wouldn't give nobody else any grace for their second DUI. Why Karen get to get it? Because she on TV? What else I put in here? Andy was reading all the shady tweets. Somebody tweeted that Karen shouldn't get no grace and she should go to jail. Now, you know, the cast was like, jail? I don't know about jail. Mm-hmm. Look, to some people, drinking and driving is inexcusable. They don't understand it. It's too many services out here. Uber, Lyft, phone a friend, ride home with a friend, call your husband, Ray, he ain't doing shit. It's too many options to be giving Karen grace. Now, does she deserve to go to jail? I even said Karen needs to do about 60 days. I think Karen needs to do 60 days, and that might be harsh. It might be extremely harsh because she's a 60-year-old woman, but who cares? This situation could have been, if Karen would have been out there on that road and hit another car instead of a tree, she would be doing 6 years, maybe 10 years. Just because she was lucky. You know who gave her grace? The good Lord gave her grace by not making that car explode on impact, because you remember in the videos, the car eventually caught fire. So she already received grace by having her life and not losing her life and killing nobody else. So yeah, Karen can sit down in the jail cell for 60 days and really learn a freaking lesson. Because I guarantee you, if she get a little pat on the wrist for a second time, it'll be a third. Because Karen, in her mind, believes she did absolutely nothing wrong. And the only reason she wants to take accountability is because the judge said, bitch, you're guilty. If the judge would have never gave her a guilty sentence, she would still be in La La Land like what tree? What beer? What DUI? You're wrong, Mia. I don't have 2 DUIs. I only have 1. Well, now you got 2. We can confirm the second one now. You're guilty. Karen can sit down for 60 days. She needs to learn. Wendy now knows that Karen is not her friend because Wendy was like, I don't recognize her. That's not my friend. She never been your friend. Giselle talking about, I tried to tell you that 5 years ago. She wasn't your friend. Well, bitch, you can't be trusted. You wasn't my friend either. How you look talking shit about me, telling me somebody else talking shit about me too. I don't know who to believe, but I damn sure know you don't like me. So I ain't, what the hell I'm believing you for, Giselle? And Wendy, I'm gonna keep telling you. I hope you watch this. I need you to understand. Giselle still don't like you. She still don't like you. Them women are jealous of you. Because see, you ain't have to marry no rich man, no rich, ugly man. You ain't have to spread it low and what they call it, lay it low and spread it wide to get any kind of accliments of wealth to be able to be on this show. You got your wealth with your brain and your 4 degrees and your ability to have a successful business. They're jealous of that. Just like they didn't like Candace for coming in on her generational wealth. I got to marry the white man I wanted to marry. I ain't got to lay up with nobody to help me pay no bills. My mama pay these bills. They're jealous of that. And now that they're all on this platform and they're now in a space where they don't necessarily need a man to keep them in the Gucci and the Louis and the BMWs and whatnot. Now that they don't need a man, now they want to judge you. And they're jealous. And I would take that as an extreme compliment. If I was Wendy, I would forever walk around with my nose in the air around these ladies because you know they're jealous. You're the only one with a successful marriage. And your husband is handsome. He has your back. He shows up to the reunions. Wendy, you should be the queen of this show. If only you could recognize that you need to drag the shit out of Giselle. You would be the queen of this show. And I would go up for it. Oh, I would go up for it. But you want to stay being friends with Giselle. That's my sorority sister. Angie, don't say nothing. Move on. Get in these notes. Andy congratulates. I'm not looking at the comments. Let me go back and look at some of y'all comments before I go too far. AM, you said it right. Second DUI at 60 is crazy, especially when you have money and a husband, and then have the nerve to have an attitude with Ashley for giving you a Uber gift card. It seems like that's what you need. She was given enough grace. You right, all season. Most people have 0 DUIs, like me. Now I ain't gonna get on my high horse, and I ain't gonna act like the Lord ain't give me a little bit of grace a couple of times. Some of us ain't got caught, but I don't make it a practice. I definitely don't. If I know I'm going out to party for the night, I'm not gonna get drunk. I'm not. I'm just gonna smoke my hookah and drive. Angie, quit telling us. Quit read the comments. Wendy gave her all the grace in the world, took her to the White House, everything, and then slapped her dead in the face and never apologized. Karen ain't shit for that. The only reason she getting so much grace is because of wealth and status. What would have happened if she passed out in the car? Jail is the only way she won't do it again. And hell, some people go to jail and they still gonna do it again. If she really has a problem, she needs to sit in the jail and the rehab. That's why I say I really hope. I don't feel like she went to the rehab for the right intentions, but I really hope when she sits there that it resonates with her and she actually lets the program work for her. I really do hope that, because if it doesn't, she's going to be out here doing it again. They've been jealous, like Candace and Monique. Oh, you know, they hated Monique when she said she had 4 homes. Kid Monique, I know Monique says she would never come back. I would love, in my perfect little bubble of reality TV, I would love to see a conversation between Monique and Candace where they actually sit, apologize, and work it out. Because I really enjoyed their friendship, and I feel like Gizelle is the true culprit of the breakdown of that friendship, that Gizelle weaseled her way in there and used Candace as a tool to upset Monique and get, I mean, Monique should have had self-control, but I'm not going to go all the way back to season 5. We're now at what? They're coming up on their 10th season. I would just love for those two ladies to show growth. And at least, if Wendy can talk to Gizelle, Candace and Monique can talk to each other. I don't think Candace will ever be open to it. But if she was, I think that would be such a huge moment. If they could even just grow to say, we ain't going to be besties again, but we could film a show together. Because y'all know Candace and Monique were supposed to be on Traitors together. But once Candace found out Monique was going to be over it, she pulled out, and then they dropped Monique, because if it wasn't going to be Candace Monique, it ain't no point in Monique being up there. But I would have rather had Monique over Chrishell. But anyway, we ain't talking about Traitors. Okay, let me get to this last comments and pick back up my notes. I think this season taught Wendy these ladies are her co-workers. I've been telling Wendy this for about 3 seasons now. Her and Candace. These people are your co-workers and not your friends. Clock in and go home and clock out. The rest of them have nothing going for themselves outside of housewives. And they aren't housewives. They're ex-wives living on some alimony and child support. And Gizelle, I hope you invested that child support well, because I know that new wife ain't about to let me shut up, because that lady could be real nice. But you talking shit about that new wife, I know she gonna cut the purse strings. She be like, you better not send Gizelle a damn thing. You send them girls whatever you want, but Gizelle, cut. They 18 and she's cut. You better keep friends with Andy and them, because I don't know. You can't run a business to save your life, Gizelle. You better hope this season Potomac goes like Atlanta. But anyway, let me see where I'm at. Andy congratulates Wendy on the happy Eddie, and Gizelle wants to take time to haze Stacey and says, but oh, Stacey is about to have a happy Stacey too. You know, she meeting with the cannabis people and she getting ready to start her own cannabis line. She about to copy you, Wendy. Just like you tried to copy She by Sheree. Shit. We know you ain't getting no athleisure all on your own. You don't even work out. You sat up there and looked at Sheree and said, well, hell, people buying $200 t-shirts from Sheree. I know they'll buy a $100 t-shirt from me and Ashley. And you found out that no, we won't. No, we will not. You found that out really quick, fast, in a hurry. in a nonprofit, kiss my nonprofit ass. GNA ain't doing shit. Ashley is trying to get up on her child support, and you trying to find your next lick. Anyway, I don't care if Stacey wants to start a cannabis business. Matter of fact, if you got the coins, do it. It's very lucrative. I enjoy an edible every once in a while myself. We ain't got to put that business in the streets. But hey, if I had a couple of coins, that sounds like a good business to get into because people are going to want to smoke. They're going to get an edible. They're going to put a couple of drops of something in a pop or two. Look, get as happy as you want to get. Do you know how many? Eddie does not own the market of cannabis. Eddie doesn't own it. And so if Stacey has someone who wants to invest and use her name and likeness, go ahead, Stacey, get in. And I don't feel like why, because Wendy, on the show, on the reunion, you tried to say Karen copied the candles after you, but I could have swore the Grand Dame had her fragrances and candles out first. Did you have a conversation with Karen that you wanted to get into home? What they call that, home fragrance, whatever they call it? I don't know. Did you talk to Karen? Giselle and Ashley, did y'all call She by Sheree? I didn't think we had to ask people, can I get into the same kind of business as you? I thought we just jumped into it and whoever wins, wins. That's the whole point of an open market competition, capitalism. Whoever got the best marketing strategy will win, the best product. I didn't know we had to ask people permission to make money. That's probably why Giselle and Ashley ain't making no money, because they got the game fucked up. Anyway, Stacey says she ain't got no happy Stacey coming out. It's better to tell the truth than lie. Stacey, if you do, just say you do. Who cares? Who cares? It's cannabis. People gonna get happy off of Eddie and happy off of Stacey. It's enough room for everybody to be happy. Anyway, moving on. Giselle, I forgot when. Giselle also said Stacey was not educated or intelligent. I mean, look at the source. We're talking about Giselle. We know she educated, but intelligent, I mean, it's a lot of people with a college degree that ain't smart for shit. They ain't got a lick of common sense, and Giselle seems to be one of them. So I don't know why Giselle hates Stacey. Is she poking at Stacey on Karen's behalf? Like, I don't understand why she felt the need to, every time Stacey says something, she want to have a smart comeback and then say, show me the 313. Don't let her stand up there and get to dragging you like the 404 Portia did. Y'all saw how Portia got up there and dragged the shit out of Kenya. Now, do I think Stacey can go there? I think Stacey could go there. I think you should leave her alone. I just can't stand Giselle, and I don't like anybody that likes her. I don't get the appeal. Is it anybody with green eyes get a pass? I just don't get it. Giselle, you're never gonna live the colorism down because again, you're picking at the dark skinned lady. Kiana, it'll be your turn next. Don't keep hanging around, Kiana. You'll be next. Anyway, where am I at on my notes? Trust explanation. I can't even understand my notes. Okay, the trust fund. Andy is reading tweets, shady tweets again. Wendy, why would you stipulate that your children have to have a master's degree to earn their trust fund? Isn't that the issue you have with your mother? The last time I checked, it was Wendy and Eddie who DNA is in those children. She birthed those children. He fathered those children. I believe it was Wendy and Eddie who earned all of the money that went into the trust fund for those children that they created. I don't understand why that's anybody's damn business. What stipulations she puts on a trust fund for her children? She could tell them they need to swing off a trampoline in the circus in order to get the trust fund, and that would be her business because it's her money. I don't see anybody dragging all the celebrities who have billions of dollars and saying they kids need to get it out the mud like I did, and they ain't getting a damn thing. I think people need to mind their business when it comes to their children. Now, they were prepared to read Wendy down until she intelligently said, it's a trust fund. If you get a master's, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you get a master's, you get an extra 10K. If you become an AKA, you can get an extra 20K. If you do this, you can get extra 30K. It's her damn money and her damn children. And everybody's like, oh, I might do that for my daughters. I want my daughters to become an AKA. Y'all some hating ass bitches. Y'all was ready to read Wendy down for that until she showed you how smart of an idea that was. I think it's amazing to require things out of children because look at all the children that get these trust funds and do absolutely fucking nothing, and now they broke in 5 years, back living at your house begging you for some more money because you ain't required them to have any education or anything like that. Now, my mom, my parents aren't as rich as maybe the Osefos, but I remember like we had to get, my mom said if we got straight A's, we could get a car. If we didn't get straight A's by our junior year of college, we could have a car. Now, mind you, my ass ain't get damn straight A's, so I got my car my junior year of college. But my sister got hers, I believe, freshman year because she got straight A's. So, I mean, it works for some, it works for others. Like, you could put the stipulation out there, but hell, I might not want to get no damn straight A's. I was having too much fun. I could wait till I become a junior. But I also know in like my parents' house, I grew up in a household of two parents that both had master's degrees. My mom is like Wendy, she has multiple master degrees. So not going to college was not an option. Like I never knew what to do outside of high school but go to college. Like that's how I was raised. They always took us to their college reunions. It was always instilled in me and my sister that was the next step. Not every parent does that, but I said that to say it's each parent's choice on what they require out of their children, and mind your business. Mind your business. Anyway, Wendy regrets inviting Karen to the White House. I know you do. I know you do. The mid-departure seemed pre-planned because where the hell is Droopy? Look, we know Mia ain't leaving until she ain't about to leave. We gonna get to Mia. KK did not like Stacey spilling Karen's tea on Mad Day. What other day are we supposed to spill it? That's why they call it Mad Day. Now, I don't like that either. It has happened to me in a couple of friendships where on Mad Day, they tell all my business. That's why I tend not to tell anybody my deepest, darkest personal secrets. Like some shit I just take to the grave now. I ain't it. And it's not, I'm not shaded because, you know, I do have really, really good friendships, but I have just learned a lesson in my life in my 46 years that you can't trust everybody with everything, because if Mad Day ever does come, they gonna spill it. So trust and believe. If I tell anybody any of my business, I don't care if you tell it, because the shit I don't want nobody to know and you ain't gonna ever know. It's gonna be with me only, me and the Lord, and that's it. her saying she's gonna leave, then she right, you in the trailer the next episode. We ain't even got to your segment yet. She ain't going a damn place. Anyway, Wendy said the gotcha is oh yes. Wendy said, well, Stacey, let me tell you this. Wendy told me not to fuck with you neither. So while y'all worried about what Stacey said to me, I'm about to tell you what Karen told me about you. And then they got into Karen and her minions. Stacey says, I was the main one sticking up for Karen at Lake Norman. I can't believe, she wouldn't support me. That's why when you don't know somebody, you shouldn't get into these alliances. I don't like when new people come on the shows and they start riding for somebody and it seems like an alliance. That's why you should always get to know everybody for yourself. Form your own opinions on who you like for your own reasons. And you should have never been riding that hard for Karen, no way. Jizzy says Jizzy says Karen likes to groom the new people. I need everyone in reality television to learn a new word. Grooming is not it. I need for, and Giselle, especially after the whole Chris situation and all the shit you did with Candace a few seasons back, I need you to learn new words. Wendy used the correct word. Karen likes to mother people. And if you can't be mothered by her, she throws you to the side. She don't want to be bothered. If she can't woo you and feel like she can guide you into an alliance, she don't want to have nothing to do with you. That's a better word than grooming. I need you all to find a new word because I don't think you all really know what the word means. But Wendy said was correct. I do think Karen likes you to be in her alliance. And if you aren't in her alliance, and what not gathers me, but what gets me about Karen is she loves to play the fence. She loves to not take a side and be in the middle and be everyone's friends. But when she's in the hot seat, she demands you jump off that fence and be on her side. Or she don't want to have nothing to do with you. I do agree with Wendy with what she said, but Giselle learned a new word. Okay, now it's time to be shady to Jazzy. Jazzy came out. I still don't like her ponytail. I feel like you have on such a beautiful dress and you just have on this lace front ponytail. I just don't like it, Jazzy. But anyway, Andy started off on fire with Jazzy. He said, what was the tweet? You came on the show looking like a side piece that made that man leave his family to be with you. Mia, you were a side piece. What do you think about this? I said, Andy, I'm very sure somebody tweeted that. Very sure. But you didn't have to read it. You knew what you was doing when you read that tweet. That was very shady. That was borderline nasty, but it was probably true. Look, I don't know if she was a side piece. She said, I ain't a side piece. I'm the main course. Ma'am, even if you were the main course, why would you want a man that has a baby and another baby on the way with another woman, but you willing to pay the main to that? Like, why would you want a man who could so easily walk away from his family to be with you? You think just because you got that ring on your finger that when you have a family and he tired of playing house with you, that he ain't gonna get up and leave you? Vontae, that tweet did eat. It was a nasty tweet. And we all was thinking it. I just didn't think Andy would read it, especially that Mia part. But Jazzy is engaged. Congratulations. Good luck. Because they already say the reason you were demoted to a friend of is because you had to run around chasing up behind this man, because if you're not in his face 24/7, he will be in the bed with somebody else. I'm happy for you. Good luck with that. That's probably why, because you was too busy down there in Dallas looking at what he was doing in Dallas instead of worrying about your career up in Potomac. He now plays for the Dallas Cowboys. Last year, who knows where he'll play next year. I don't care that about Jazzy. Good luck is all I can say. Good luck. Ashley, you already know what we want to ask you. What's up with the divorce? Now, we know in real time, because was it last week? Ashley's divorce was finalized and she was all up on Twitter and Instagram and half nude photos with newspaper magazines. And so I was like, God, Ashley, we didn't have to see your naked body. You could have just said the divorce was final, but whatever. Celebrate how you want to celebrate. Ashley signed some kind of prenup where she got the child support, but no alimony. We all knew that because we said that's why you hurried up and popped out a second one. I ain't have to say that. Stacy has the alimony, but no child support. Good luck, Stacy. Good luck. And Mia, are you even getting a divorce? Are you over there like Trisha in Huntsville? Have you even signed the paperwork? Everybody on the cast was rolling their eyes. They said, Mia ain't leaving G. That's a damn lie. I don't care. I personally don't care. So we can fast forward. GNA does not exist. Fast forward. We got to the 2 events and 1 Sprinter bus. That was episode 1, so I really don't care. Giselle, I'll tell it to you again because you don't seem like you'll ever get it. Yes, the proper protocol is if one person sends out an invitation first and you accept, that invitation should trump any invitations that follow. But we don't like your ass, Giselle. So yes, we want to go support Karen because we like Karen at the beginning of the season. I don't know if she could pull that stunt again, but we liked Karen at the beginning of the season and we didn't give a damn about you. So yes, we're going to ride the Sprinter butt over here. And then whenever we get to GNA, we'll come over there and give you a little donation, but you kicked us out. So it is what it is. Anyway, it seemed like Andy wanted to end the reunion, like take a break. But Wendy said, hold up. We ain't gonna talk about Miami because Jazzy is out here. We ain't gonna let Mia slide on Miami. Look, Wendy said, I'm taking first chair. I might be sitting in the second chair, but I'm about to drive this reunion. We're not about to let nobody slide. She said, we're gonna talk about Mia and her birthday. Okay, let's talk about it. So apparently Mia had a birthday party in Miami. She invited Jazzy and Stacy. None of the other girls were invited. That's very telling. Now I understand why she didn't invite Giselle. Because Giselle was on her neck, but Giselle kind of had a reason to be on your neck. So I'm gonna let Giselle slide when it comes to Mia. I thought you was cool with Ashley. Wendy ain't do nothing to you. Who else? Kiana ain't do nothing to you. I don't know why she only invited Stacy and Jazzy, but she invited them to her birthday party in Miami. Stacy had all the receipts in her phone. They flew out to Miami and she ghosted them. She didn't tell them about the yacht. She told them about the birthday dinner. Mia showed up hours late because they said the dinner was at 8 and she didn't show up till 11. The restaurant wasn't closed. I'm telling you, if you invite me out to a birthday dinner at 8 and you don't show up to 11, I'm leaving too. Matter of fact, I'm gonna sit down and eat and then cuss you out because who's sitting around for all them hours because you going through something? They said you was worried about what Ink was doing. I believe it. Mia, her excuse was, I hired a POC and you all chose to text me instead of the POC. Now, I was a little bit confused too. I wasn't as confused as Stacy. I took POC to mean person of color because that's how people use it, but it also means point of contact. But why, if you invite me on a birthday trip and I'm texting you, I get the invitation from you, why am I going to reach out to some random person, point of contact, when I could just talk to you? and you could tell me where to be, what time to show up, I would have had to see Mia and cuss her out if I fly out to Miami to support you and you ghost me. I would. And I'm happy they brought it up. And then Mia did what Mia does, and she took out her triangle piece of tissue and got to crying. I'm just going through so much in life. You're only going through so much because you got all your business in the streets. If you would shut up and quit telling everybody your business, you wouldn't be going through it. You just don't know. Because you know, Giselle, everybody's going through something, which is true. I tell people that every day. Don't think that your pain is any different than everybody is going through something every day of the week. You're not the only one exclusive to going through. Some people can just handle it better. Some people don't like to put their business in the street and tell everybody. And Mia is right. Some people handle things differently, but you can't be a bitch and then think you could turn on the waterworks and we supposed to be like, oh, it's okay. You could be a bitch because you're going through. Nah, bitch, you're a bitch. It's wrong to invite people to a trip out of state and have them spend money and then ghost them because you and your man can't act right and get it together. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. And I'm sure Stacy and Jazzy only showed up because they're trying to be in the in circle of the people on this show. So we're going to show up and be friends. But to me, Mia was the wrong person to be friends with. I would never trust Mia. But anyway, what else is on this piece of paper? Oh, yeah. And in it over Mia. By the end of the episode, we start to see previews for the next week, and they really going to gather Mia. They're going to call her all kind of liars. It seems like, well, see, I don't understand why y'all haven't focused on Giselle's game yet. Like, Giselle is so easy to read. She was hazing Stacy at the beginning part of part one of this reunion. Stacy's unintelligent. Stacy's not educated. Stacy's copying after you, Happy Eddie. But when it's time to gather Mia, and Stacy is calling Mia out for her shit, now Giselle is like, yes, get her, Stacy. Like now she's friends with Stacy. Y'all be falling for Giselle every time, and I just don't get it. She's so easy to read because when it comes to part 3 of this reunion, and Wendy pulls out receipts on Stacy, Giselle is gonna be back on let's get Stacy. I don't understand why no one. It hasn't been since Monique in that binder that somebody has pulled the receipts out and gathered up Giselle. Karma always comes back with a kiss, and Mia still doesn't get it season after season. Right. And sometimes all these lies are going to catch up to you. Them ladies are going to call her out for using her children as a storyline, which I cannot wait to see because we were all thinking it on Twitter. We were all tweeting about it, and now you got to sit in it. You did it, Mia. Now you got to sit in it. Whatever. If Mia walks off this reunion like they're forecasting that she does, I hope she's not invited back because you started all this shit. And now that the pot is boiling, you done set the temperature underneath the pot, but now that it's boiling, you want to come off of the stove. No, you need to sit in it, Mia. And if she can't sit in it, I don't think Mia should be invited back. I don't know what they're going to do next season. I wasn't entertained. Now, this reunion is entertaining, but I'm tired of people shooting a whole season worth of material and it be whack. But now that it's time to turn up so we can get a contract for the next season, we're going to have an amazing reunion. We're going to read. We're going to be shady. We're going to be a mean girl. We're going to be an outright bitch. We're going to cry. We're going to run off stage. No, I need y'all to do all this while filming. The reunion should just be the cherry on top of the sundae. It shouldn't be the whole dessert. We shouldn't be getting our life at the reunion. We should be getting our life all season, and the reunion is the cherry. I don't know what they're going to do to shake it up. I fire half of them. I would. I think I would keep Stacey because Stacey's interesting. Go ahead and let Jazzy chase her man. I don't want to see another wedding. I don't want to see another wedding. So please, Jazzy can go. KK, put her back as a friend of because I'm over her and her man too. Wendy can stay, but I need Candace to come back and be Wendy's friend. Giselle can stay because I know y'all like Giselle and I gotta have somebody to drag. Somebody. I don't want to see Karen come back. I don't. Karen needs a season off. She needs to get herself together. And who else? Ashley. No. I don't want to see Ashley. I don't want to see single Ashley. I don't want to see Ashley do no more TikTok dances. I don't want to see no more drag performances. I damn sure don't want to hear her hum another note. Yeah, we can go ahead and let Ashley go. I had my share of what Ashley has to give. But let's keep watching the reunion. I'm sure we have 2 more parts to go. Part 1 was entertaining. I think part 2 will be good, but I'm not looking forward to part 3. Even if y'all been under a rock and y'all haven't heard the tea about Stacey, apparently TJ is going to be on a FaceTime that I'm assuming that Eddie recorded or the cameraman recorded. Somebody recorded it. He's on a FaceTime with TJ asking TJ why he didn't show up to the reunion. And allegedly, TJ is going to be on camera saying, because Stacey did not pay me my last check to show up. Even if that is true, I don't see what Stacey has done to Wendy to deserve to be called out in that way. And even if Wendy is just playing the reality TV game, which I'm not mad at, that's what you're supposed to do. Get your check, Wendy. Who cares? Stacey ain't the first, the second, third, fourth, or fifth. She learned it from her girl Kenya from the 313. That's what they do. They pay me in to come over here and be their dates. You can't tell me Giselle ain't slid a couple of men, a couple of coins. She was really dating that man from the summer house. Please. Please. You can't tell me a check wasn't involved in that. So, hell, Jamal Bryant, you can't tell me he probably did a favor to his baby mama, but you can't tell me every man Giselle has brought on this show that she has really been dating. Don't believe it. Will not believe it. Can't believe it. So let's move on. But let me see how the scene play out. I might change my mind come part 3. But anyway, y'all. Oh, I'm late. People have been texting me. I have a meeting. Okay. I have been doing taxes before I started doing, like, y'all know it's tax season. Your girl about to get busy. But I've been doing taxes, so, and I had today off. It was President's Day, so I was catching up. But I have a meeting in an hour, so I got to get to the challenge so I can get to my meeting. So I'm about to end this here. I will be back next week for part 2 of the Potomac reunion. It might be a day late because I'm out of town next week if I don't get snowed in. It's supposed to snow in Memphis next week. If my flight doesn't get canceled, I plan to be out of town for a family event. But y'all know, it might be a Tuesday instead of a Monday. It all depends on how soon I watch the episode when I get back. But with all that being said, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content, because as soon as Potomac is off, Atlanta is coming on. So I will be reviewing Atlanta. I'm looking forward to seeing how the season goes. I don't have the highest, like, Atlanta, like, I don't have the highest hopes for it, but I'm a true Real Housewives of Atlanta fan. I'm going to be watching and reviewing it, period. So hit the subscribe button and we can have a good time talking about Atlanta in a few weeks as well. I'm about to talk about the challenge next. If you care about the challenge, you know what to do. Just stick still. You will be whooshed into the next live. If you don't care about the challenge, I'll see y'all next week for the next part of the reunion. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.